Hi, I'm Harry Slade, InsurTech reporter at FinTech Global. Today I'm here with Prasad Prabhakaran, head of AI practice at esynergy. In this session, we'll be delving into the company's latest white paper, Wiring for AI, turning promise into production in financial services and insurance. Throughout the session, we'll be discussing how to turn AI from promise to practical, tangible insights and improvements. Before we begin, I'll pass over to Prasad to introduce himself.
Thank you. Thanks to having me here again, Harry. Nice to meet you again. I'm Prasad. I've been in industry from last 25 years. Started with Microsoft, and then Samsung, HSBC. Now I head AI for esynergy. Most of my career, I spent time in understanding value from data and AI, and helping organizations in their data AI journey, as well as getting best out of the value from these technology as well as data products.
Brilliant, Prasad. So to kick us off, the white paper mentions the promising pilot stage of AI and moving on from that into being scalable and in production. In your view, what are the biggest barriers preventing financial services institutions from scaling AI, and how can these barriers be overcome?
Well, that's a great question. Why? Because in and after the we can look at the entire AI into two eras, right? One is pre GPT and post GPT, right? So the pre GPT are the ones your traditional AI models, which organizations look at their own data, build the models for prediction or propensity or recommendation and stuff like that, right? So and it is hard to build, right? Because you need solid data, we need effort, we need data science, we need compute, we need domain understanding. So only the organizations with deep pocket were able to build AI models on a pre-GPT era. Thanks to the GPT in 2017, where the art of possible of a general purpose large language model, which has got trained with all the corpus knowledge out there on internet, and this model is available. And typically, I call it as a democratization of intelligence, right? And that is available now. So now, after 2017, when this intelligence is available just an API away for you to try out few things, the barrier to doing things have significantly reduced, right? So for anyone to do a quick POC or a prototype, you don't take months and weeks. Probably you may take a week, but not more than a week or two, right? So there is so much of POCs can spurn out, right? And that become a POC syndrome, right? You do get, because all of these POCs, if require a lot of time and effort, then probably you may not do many of them, right? So the reason why you see a lot of AI POC, when I say let us qualify these are AI solutions built or applied AI built on a large AI model or a frontier model or a base model, which is hosted by OpenAI or Azure or Gemini, or it will be something which Google has been hosting all these large frontier-based models, right? When you want to leverage this, you just use an API and just leverage this. And the challenge is now, how do you move this POC into something valuable, right? How do we put into production, right? Because when I need to move to anything into production, it is pretty key, especially when I'm using a probabilistic AI model. All AI models are probabilistic, and especially when it is built on top of a neural network, it is much more difficult for me to explain why it is telling what it is telling, right? So that is where explainability, observability, predictability becomes very key, and when it need to be put into production, right? So doing something in a POC is easy, and it's usually a lot of POCs happening in the organization. And how do you move POCs into a valuable production solution is where you need to understand what business value it is going to deliver first, and second thing is what risk it is going to bring it to us, right? And how do you manage these risks with the right kind of AI engineering and safety nets and guardrails which is required, and how do I help to explain and evaluate and test and assure and all those elements come into picture, right? And that's only place where you are able to scale, right? Once you know you have a route to live, with a right kind of change happens around the user's consuming pattern, then only it will deliver value. Otherwise, it will become a POC on the side of the desk. To move into a real production, you need to understand the value and route to live and right kind of safety net what you need. Maybe reliability engineering, redundancy, right? All those classic engineering what you have done for any of your software systems, you need to do it for your AI systems, right? There's no exception for building an AI applied AI system in the context. So we see, as we in when we did our white paper, when we had an opportunity to talk to AI practitioners and leaders in the space, one of the key aspect is how do you help create a route to live for the POCs which are valuable, right? And which is more painful than just doing a POC, right? So that's where we are, right? So we have figured out uh, ways in which we can help organizations to understand the value behind a particular problem they're trying to solve, and how do you have a quick prototypes are good to start with, right? You need to understand the desirability. Is it the right problem to solve, right? But to get the real value in it, it need to sit with many other systems and ecosystem of the organizations. That is where the scalability as well as moving from POC to production becomes pretty key.
Brilliant, Prasad. And moving on, a major takeaway of the report is the idea that AI needs to be incorporated as a business strategy. How would you say insurers and financial institutions can best leverage AI from an initiative into sort of tangible KPIs such as loss ratios?
Absolutely. You hit on the nail, right? So for me, AI is not a technology problem. AI is a business problem, right? It is a way I operate business, right? So having AI, it's a macroeconomic lever, right? To try to make your business more competitive, make your business sustain and deliver more value in a very challenged conditions, right? The way in which you need to understand an AI initiative is, first of all, in an organization, you don't need to spend months and months together to come up with an AI strategy, but at least you need to have an AI strategy, right? Try to understand, and it is both top down and bottom up, right? So you need to ensure that it's not just some consultants giving you a 100-slide deck on what is AI strategy should look like, right? It should be a very simple principle-based AI strategy which aligned to policy. Your organization need to have an AI policy, and that should be aligned with some of the regulations which is out there like EU AI Act, right? So that is step number one, right? So you should have an AI strategy. An AI strategy should deliver your business strategy, right? Your business strategy is what you want to grow in this particular sector, or I want to ensure that I want to launch new product. I want to increase my customer wallet share. I want to make sure that I do get into a different segment of my customers and stuff like that. So you need to have that strategy aligned to your AI strategy, and whatever the tools, technology, as well as the AI supply chain infrastructure what you have in the organization, that is to understand the key business drivers that you have. Like as you rightly mentioned, if it's an insurance company, it is fail ratio, or it is pricing ratio, win ratio. All these are your business KPIs, right? So how do I move the dial using AI? Not only as trying to save cost or trying to save effort. It's all about how do I try out a new segment and get more feedback faster. How do I do an early validation of my new operating model, right? So starting from strategy and policy, identify some of the key business drivers which is leading your next level of growth, right? And end of the day, in any organization, broadly, it is all about the most of the initiatives are all about saving cost, or making more money, or making sure that I have my license still, right, with the regulatory right kind of regulatory reporting, right? So and also trying to be quite relevant in the challenging times. So identify the business drivers around these. All right, and then define what kind of KPIs you want to focus on, and then you look at what kind of solution approaches you need to have, right? And that is where all the POC bunch of POCs which have been done, which is not being used because there's no clarity of what levers which is going to impact, what KPIs it's going to impact, so that I will have confidence in putting money as well as resources, so that I can measure it, right? Things which I can't measure, I can't improve, right? So that is where the business driven strategy and KPIs are very key. You can have an engineering measures, that is great, but engineering measures can only lead you into certain level of efficiency. But if you want to really get into an effectiveness of overall business strategy, you need to have business drivers which will align to your AI initiatives. So now multiple such AI initiatives will lead into a particular business driver. So it's a many to many, right? A business driver will be impacted by multiple AI initiatives, or multiple AI initiatives can impact another business driver. So in summary, you need to look at your AI strategy and policy, not to spend months together. Have a principle based, come up with a page, and that is to drive alignment, nothing else, right? And then identify the business drivers and KPIs, and then look at AI initiatives which I can map and solve to get these particular KPIs measured, as well as continuously improve on it, right? So for me, AI is more of a business problem with operating models around it, with people, because end of the day, there are people in this element, right? The people need to be enabled, they need to be skilled, they should be resistance will be very high if you don't take people along with the journey, right? You can't shove an AI solution to a front office, or you can't slap an AI onto an operational workflow without them getting bought into it. So there is a huge change management also around it, right? So that is why when we do some of these programs, we emphasize on an AI center of excellence, which is a playground for people as a community. They come together, discuss, innovate, cross-functional teams, right? From technology, from business, from operations, from legal and security. They all come together and look at the particular problem. And instead of we doing something to the team should come up with, oh, these are the good ideas where we could take forward, right? Then the business can give a cover. Oh, by doing this, we are going to impact these drivers. So I can have a corporate governance around it, and then it is all aligned, right? That is where the magic happens. So when AI become a business strategy and driver, the magic happens.
Brilliant. And Prasad, the white paper itself outlines some brilliant real world use cases for AI. What would you say are some of the best ones that companies can look to bring it in for?
Yeah. When you say AI use case, I don't want to look at the AI pre GPT, because everyone knows that, because all machine learning AI models being used for fraud detection, prediction, propensity, and it's been all used. Pricing, it's been all used, right? So let's look at some of the use cases which we typically talk about in an agentic and in a generative AI world. And a first set of use case common patterns which we see is on intelligent document processing, where OCR as a technology did certain level of extraction of entities, but with the improved language models, it understands the semantics, it understands the reasoning behind a particular language, so it is able to understand any unstructured information. So whether it is a document which is written in Italian or a French or in a German, I want to serve that particular policy to a particular customer in UK, I will be able to do that very effectively. So language models can ingest document from different formats, different styles, different language, and ingestion of these documents, and then extracting entities from those documents which I care about, that is required for my downstream workflow. So that's the first key pattern we see: intelligent document processing. So in insurance, we have at least done around 6 7 such use cases, and we have put into production, mostly around brokers sending documents over emails, and underwriters need to spend a lot of time in reading those documents which are in different formats. So there is no standard schema in which they send. Take those information, enrich it with your CRM data, and put it into your policy admin system, generate a code, go back, and those are things standard. I call this as intelligent document processing space, right? So that's quite common. And that can be used to enhance your customer communication, increase your business reporting. This can be used for your regulatory reporting, bringing more discipline and understanding of your document variations and stuff like that. So that is the intelligent document processing use case. The second type of pattern of use cases which we see is opening up a new channel of interface to business users to your data. Right, most of the organizations have got some kind of data stores. Right? It could be a data lake, or it could be your data warehouse, whatever it is. And the challenge is most of the business users, when they want a specific data insight or a report, they need to reach out to an analyst, and analyst need to raise a request, and it takes go to an IT project. And by the time I get the report, I don't need that. Right. So now you are a business user and you want to interact with the data, how you interact on ChatGPT, right? So now for saying that what is my sales, in last 2 quarters compared to the last year, right? I want to understand that, or I want to understand more insight on which are the sectors which I need to be focusing on based on last two initiatives, marketing initiatives which I've done. Right. So when I have these kind of questions, if I'm able to ask these questions, and these questions understand the intent, language models can understand the intent behind this question. Why are you asking this? Who are you? And what kind of entitlement you have. Based on that, you can have multiple AI agent system which will convert your natural language into a Python code or into a SQL statement, and then go into your data store and get the right kind of data and visualization and give it back. So what happens is you don't need to be spending a lot of expensive time in building business reports. You can have a new channel in interacting with your data. But very important thing is your data should be good. It should be a clean data. If you have a crappy data, you get a crappy output, right? You don't get anything other than what kind of quality of data which you have over there, right? So the second pattern is a new conversational interface on data consumption. We see in many and asking like what if questions, right? What if I change the pricing? What if I make my underwriting cut margin to X percentage? So, what if analysis, which normally insurance they find it hard to do. With these kind of conversational data interface, they can do, and we have deployed in a very complex environments. How do we get insight from data using a conversational pattern? The second kind of pattern. And third kind of pattern which we see is on multi-AI agent system. Multi-AI agent system is nothing but orchestrating a workflow which includes tool calling, which includes data, which need APIs, which need protocols. How do I bring all of these so that I am able to understand the value stream and ability to move in a particular value stream in a way which can deliver a particular value to a business. So broadly, these are the three key patterns. A multi-AI agentic system, which is helping me in operational efficiency and trying to drive my task much more intelligent. Second pattern which we see is opening up data as a new interface, a conversational interface for data, so business can consume it well. And the intelligent document processing, which is quite massive pattern, which is transforming the way we understand insight from an unstructured data. These are the broader three set of use cases which we see.
Brilliant. Prasad, thank you for your time again. It's always a pleasure to hear from you and the insights you bring. For more information on the white paper, if you want to read it, you can find it on the FinTech Global website or the esynergy website, respectively. It's fresh off the press, so I certainly recommend you check it out.